Part 1 of White Fang serves to immerse the reader deeply into the harsh and unforgiving environment of the Northland, setting the stage for the wild and primal themes that permeate the novel. This initial section is crucial for establishing the tone and setting, illustrating the savage yet majestic world in which the story unfolds. Chapters 1-3 introduce us to two men, Henry and Bill, who are attempting to navigate the merciless wilderness to return the body of Lord Alfred to civilization. Their journey is depicted as a dire struggle against the elements and the wild inhabitants of the Northland. From the outset, London paints a vivid picture of the savage, frozen-hearted Northland wild, a place where only the fittest survive, whether human or beast. As they progress, the men are pursued by a pack of starving wolves, led by a cunning she-wolf. Their dire situation is exacerbated by their dwindling ammunition, leaving them increasingly vulnerable to the wolves' advances. Each night, they rely on the safety provided by a large campfire, aware that their survival hangs precariously in the balance. The psychological tension escalates as their sled dogs are lured away and devoured by the wolves, with the she-wolf displaying an eerie intelligence in her methods. The she-wolf, with her mixed appearance indicating a link to both the wild and the domesticated, symbolizes the bridge between the wild and the human world, much like the thematic intent of London's The Call of the Wild. Her role in leading the wolves and outwitting the men underscores the theme of survival and adaptability in the face of nature's relentless forces. Bill's insistence on trying to kill the she-wolf represents man's desperate attempt to assert control over nature, a recurring theme in London's works. However, his ultimate failure and death highlight the futility of such efforts against the overwhelming power of the wild. Henry's solitary struggle to survive after Bill's demise, resorting to building a ring of fire for protection, further emphasizes the theme of isolation and man's insignificance in the vast and indifferent wilderness. The miraculous rescue that concludes this section, with Henry surrounded by wolves and at the brink of death, might feel melodramatic by contemporary standards. Nonetheless, it serves as a pivotal moment, demonstrating both the extremities of human endurance and the unpredictable nature of survival in the Northland. The transition from despair to salvation also reinforces the idea that amidst the cruel indifference of the wild, human benevolence and solidarity can still prevail. In these opening chapters, London masterfully sets the stage for the conflicts and themes that will be explored in greater depth throughout White Fang. The stark juxtaposition of the wild's mercilessness with human tenacity and ingenuity serves not only to engage the reader, but also to foreshadow the complex interplay between civilization and the wild that is central to the novel. Through the struggle of Henry and Bill, and the menacing intelligence of the she-wolf, London explores the profound and often brutal realities of life in the Northland, paving the way for the deeper exploration of nature versus nurture and the possibilities of redemption and transformation that are central to White Fang's journey. That's all for today. Please let me know if you liked this video by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comments what books you would like to see a video on next. Signing off for now, this has been another Bookly Crash Course video.